Alright, so the new Webull platform is finally out. This is Webull 7.0. It just came as a rash change, kind of from the 6.0 platform. And now we have this new type of interface. I'm going to be reviewing it here in depth, and I'll be telling you guys what I like and what I don't like about it and how to use it. Pretty much this change came as a shock to me too, because I didn't expect my app to just update. I had tested out the version before, but I didn't really like it. And nevertheless, there's some really key factors here that are kind of game changing for me. But overall, it's kind of one of those things that you have to update, you have to work with what you have. So I think we can make the best of this. And with that said, I'm going to jump right in. So first off, we have this new redesigned watch list interface here. You can see we have the symbols or the logos on the left, and then everything else is pretty much the same. At the bottom, we have the market screen, so everything's pretty much the same there. Another thing we do have is what's called the spark chart. So on any top gainers or losers or anything you're looking for, there's going to be a quick chart in the middle there, which is kind of helpful because you can see how that stock moved, if it's forming any patterns, or so on. Next up, we have the main screen. We still have the profit loss, orders, transfers, and all that, but it's not as clean. We don't have the chart on our main screen either. Next up, we have the community, and then we have our messages all the way on the right. Now, digging a little bit deeper into this, let's talk about placing orders. So to place orders, you click on the stock. If you click trade at the bottom, you can essentially type in your limit prices, market orders, all that. If you want to go to options from here, you simply click at the top next to where it says the account. You can see at the top here, there's this paper looking. It's right under the Wi-Fi symbol at the top right. We click that, and there we have the option chain. Another way to access options is if you hit the second tab at the top. That's where everything's going to be now. We essentially scroll down, and once you find your option, you're going to have to hit next at the bottom. You can view the whole chart if you'd like. This is kind of helpful. I pretty much would use this like on the daily chart, so you can kind of see it like as candlesticks. As the day progressed, you can see how that option changed. Now, one thing here is the game changer for me, which I don't really like, especially being an option trader, is when setting the limit price to place an order. So this number is going to move at the top in this green and red bar, but when you go at the bottom here to click, like let's say you want to place between the mid and the ask. So I press 9. Let's say the ask is at 9.2 at that moment. This number isn't going to update. To update it, you have to click this button or slide down at the top, which closes down that menu, and then you're forced to pull it back up and essentially press the price again. Now, that can be a little bit confusing, and that can be a little bit timely as well, especially, if you're pulling up that menu and it's not changing as fast as the options changing and so on and so forth. It's going to get really tough. So the best method I found around this was to look at this green and red bar at the top and just set the option limit by clicking the plus and minus button next to it. That has been the best method so far. I already pre-planned the amount of contracts I'm going to go in with account sizing and so on, but that has been the best way to do it for me. Then you can buy it, you can buy your orders there. Typically we have our news, comments, and analysis, company info. Everything's pretty much the same. Now, one thing I do want to mention, which is really helpful, is like, let's say we're going to FVRR. This is Fiverr, and let's say we want to take that 250 call, but we essentially don't want to take it right now. We are eyeing it for maybe, a later play. All you have to do is you can click where it says buy FVRR 250. You just click that little symbol right there. And at the top right, you see where this heart is with the plus button. You're going to click that, and here, I'll show you what it does for you. It puts it on your watch list. So now, if you wanted to play that call, all you have to do is click it, hit trade, next, and you can buy it from there. Selling is going to be pretty much the same thing. You can also delete it from your watch list. Selling is going to be, you're going to go to your position screen. You're going to essentially click on the stock or the position that you're in, and you can close it out from there. Now, there is quick trade as well. If you click this, let's say we're going to quick trade WDC or Western Digital. Essentially, you can see you can place your stock orders here, but there's also another advantage. Like I said, underneath the Wi-Fi button on the top right, you see that little paper symbol right there? You can place option orders as well. Now, to enable calls, to enable puts, that's all going to be on the bottom toolbar here. So you can see if I click this, calls, puts, or both. I typically keep it at 1 just because it's harder to, if you put both, it can become a little bit clustered in terms of, viewing the info. So I'm usually playing calls on the market. So typically that's going to be a little bit easier. Really here, there's not much really that changed on the platform. It's more of the layout. You can definitely change a lot of the themes. You can change this to white. You can change this to black, or the generic dark color. But essentially, it's all the same as the previous Webull version. But once again, the one thing I really dislike is that whole bid-ask screen when going to place an option order. It's just one of those things we're going to have to adapt to. I hope that they come out with some type of update in the future that's going to help with that. But nevertheless, this is how to use the platform. Please drop a comment below. I want to see what you guys think on this platform, what you guys think about the new update. Once again, personally, I'm not 100% fond of it, but like I said, if we have to adapt to it, which we do, let's go for it. So let's get it next week, guys, and I hope that this is going to help you going forward with your trading.